Minnesota Wild versus New Jersey Devils. The Minnesota Wild head east to face the surging New Jersey Devils at the Prudential Center in Newark in what promises to be a test of resolve and momentum. The Wild, sitting at 3-3-1, 2-2-1 on the road, are battling to stay afloat in the competitive Central Division, while the Devils, off to a 4-1-0 start with a perfect home record, are already flexing their strength as early contenders in the Metropolitan Division. Minnesota, led by star forward Kirill Kaprizov, seeks consistency after a roller coaster start, while New Jersey, riding a 3-game win streak, looks to establish itself as one of the East's early season powerhouses. Both clubs enter this matchup with different identities, Minnesota trying to grind out wins through defensive structure and goaltending stability, and New Jersey leaning on speed, depth, and a dangerous attack that can overwhelm opponents in waves. Goaltending will once again be a focal point, as the Wild's Filip Gustavsson, who boasts a solid .899 save percentage and 3.04 goals against average GAA, is expected to get the nod. Gustafsson's calm, positional style has kept Minnesota competitive even when the defense has shown lapses. His backup, Jesper Wallstedt, has also looked poised in limited action, 909 save percentage, 3.25 goals against average, giving the Wild a reliable tandem early in the season. Across the ice, the Devils' crease situation has been more turbulent. Jake Allen has carried the early load, going 2-0 with an impressive 1.88 GAA and .934 save percentage, stabilizing New Jersey after a shaky start from veteran Jacob Markstrom, 2-1, 3.89 GAA, .845 SV percent. Markstrom's inconsistency and current injury status keeping him out until early November has placed pressure on Allen to continue performing at a top-tier level. If Allen continues his form, he could tilt the game in New Jersey's favor. But Minnesota's shooting volume, nearly 29 shots per game, ensures he'll be tested. Offensively, both teams feature explosive top-end talent. Kirill Kaprizov continues to be Minnesota's engine, posting 10 points, 5 goals, 5 assists, through the early stretch, reaffirming his role as one of the NHL's elite playmakers. Matt Boldy complements him with 6 assists, operating as the Wild's primary facilitator on the power play, which is converting at 34.5%. However, depth scoring has been a concern. Behind Kaprizov and Boldy, production drops steeply, exposing the impact of key injuries to forwards like Marco Rossi, day-to-day, and Nico Sturm, IR until late November. For the Devils, Jesper Bratt has started the season on a tear, tallying 7 points, 3 goals, 4 assists, and driving the offense with his agility and creativity. New Jersey's forward core, featuring a mix of established stars and energetic wingers, has powered the team to a 3.80 goals per game clip, 6th best in the league. The Devils' power play sits at a respectable 25%, but it's their penalty kill, 95%, and opportunistic shorthanded goals, 2, that have given them a distinct edge in tight games. In terms of recent form, the Wild have been unpredictable. Their last 5 outings tell a story of inconsistency. A bounce-back 3-1 win over the Rangers followed tough losses to the Flyers, 2-1 overtime, Capitals, 5-1, and Stars, 5-2. Their lone shootout victory came at home against the Kings, 4-3, highlighting resilience but also a tendency to struggle against high-tempo offenses. The Devils, meanwhile, have found their rhythm, winning 3 straight against quality opponents, defeating the Oilers, 5-3, Panthers, 3-1, and Blue Jackets, 3-2, after opening with a road loss to Carolina. At home, New Jersey has been commanding, outscoring opponents 8-4 across 2 games. Their speed and transition game, combined with a defense allowing only 27 shots per night, make them particularly dangerous in their own building. In the standings, both teams occupy different narratives. The Wild, 5th in the Central Division, 7 points, are chasing early leaders Colorado and Winnipeg, both off to blistering starts. Every game matters for Minnesota in a division where the margin for error is razor thin. For the Devils, tied for second in the Metropolitan with 8 points, the focus is on sustaining momentum and building a cushion over rivals like Pittsburgh and Washington. The early season metrics suggest that New Jersey's underlying numbers, shot suppression, power play balance, and home dominance align with legitimate contender status. For Minnesota, staying competitive in a tough road stretch will determine if they can avoid slipping into the middle-tier logjam. Injuries could play a crucial role in determining the outcome. The Wild remain without veteran defenseman Zach Bogosian, expected back October 25, and young winger Cameron Butler, out until October 26, thinning their depth on the blue line and in secondary scoring. Marco Rossi's day-to-day status leaves a question mark at center, where Minnesota already misses Nico Sturm. The Devils' injury list is longer but less immediately impactful to their core. Forward Stefan Noesen is expected to return soon, but depth players Zach McEwen, IR, Jonathan Kovacevic, LTIR, and Evgeny Dadonov, LTIR, will be sidelined for several weeks. The biggest loss remains goaltender Jacob Markstrom, who is out until early November, forcing Allen to shoulder a heavy workload. X-factors loom large in a matchup like this. For Minnesota, the key will be whether their top line can break through New Jersey's tight defensive structure. Kaprizov's ability to generate scoring chances off the rush will test the Devils' transition defense. The Wild's power play, operating at a potent 34.5%, could also be a weapon if they can draw penalties against an aggressive Devils forecheck. For New Jersey, it comes down to sustaining offensive pace and puck possession. Jesper Bratt's chemistry with the team's top six, coupled with Allen's continued strong goaltending, gives the Devils an upper hand. Their defensive pairings, adept at exiting the zone cleanly, could neutralize Minnesota's forecheck and limit second-chance opportunities. Prediction: expect a tightly contested matchup early, but New Jersey's superior depth, home dominance, and red-hot special teams should give them the edge. Minnesota's path to victory lies in Gustafsson stealing the game and Kaprizov exploiting gaps on the power play. Yet the Devils' offensive rhythm and defensive structure appear more sustainable. Statistically, the Devils average more goals, 3.80, while conceding fewer, 3.00, than the Wild, 2.71 goals per game, 3.29 goals against per game, and their special teams are both more efficient. This game projects as a 4-2 Devils victory, with Bratt extending his scoring streak and Allen turning aside 30-plus shots. Still, if Kaprizov finds an early goal, Minnesota could force overtime, as they've shown resilience late in games. Ultimately, the Devils' balance and home ice should prove decisive as they continue their climb toward the Metropolitan Division summit. After analyzing both teams, my pick for this match is New Jersey Devils winner. Drop your thoughts and predictions in the comments box. Detroit Red Wings versus Buffalo Sabres. The Detroit Red Wings will ride into Buffalo on Wednesday night looking to extend their early season dominance when they face off against the struggling Sabres in an Atlantic Division showdown at KeyBank Center. Detroit, sitting atop the division at 5-1-0, has emerged as one of the NHL's hottest teams, thanks to sharp goaltending and a balanced attack led by captain Dylan Larkin. The Red Wings' resurgence underlines their bid to establish themselves as a serious playoff contender after years of rebuilding. Meanwhile, the Buffalo Sabres, at 2-4-0, are still searching for consistency. They've shown flashes of promise, but have been unable to sustain momentum, struggling defensively while trying to integrate young talent like Zach Benson into their core. For Buffalo, this game represents more than just 2 points. It's a measuring stick against one of the East's early frontrunners. In net, Detroit's goaltending tandem has been a foundation for success. Cam Talbot, the veteran stabilizer, has been in strong form with a 3-0 record, 1.78 goals against average, and a .932 save percentage, offering the Red Wings a level of reliability they lacked in past seasons. His calm presence has steadied a young blue line that's limiting opponents to just 25.2 shots per game. Backup John Gibson has provided a dependable secondary option, though his 2-1 record and 2.99 GAA suggest Talbot will likely get the nod in Buffalo. Across the ice, Alex Lyon has been the bright spot for the Sabres, posting a 2-4-0 record, but maintaining a respectable 2.55 goals against average and .924 save percentage behind an inconsistent defense. Lyon's workload has been heavy early on, as Buffalo's penalty kill and defensive coverage have struggled to contain high-danger chances. If Lyon can steal one, the Sabres could turn this into a low-scoring grinder, but the edge in net clearly leans Detroit's way. Offensively, Dylan Larkin has been the heartbeat of Detroit's attack, registering 11 points, 5 goals, 6 assists in 6 games while driving possession and power play efficiency. His chemistry with wingers Jason Zucker and Lucas Raymond has given Detroit both speed and finishing ability up front. Zucker's quick release has produced 3 goals, while Raymond's transition play continues to stretch defenses. On Buffalo's side, Zach Benson has quietly emerged as the Sabres' most dynamic forward, tallying 6 assists in as many games while showcasing creativity on the power play. Veteran winger Jason Zucker, with 3 goals and a strong net front presence, has been the primary scoring threat for a Sabres offense averaging just 2.5 goals per game. Buffalo's challenge lies in converting possession into results. Their 26.3% power play success rate is solid, but their 5-on-5 scoring has lagged behind. Recent form clearly favors Detroit. The Red Wings are riding a 5-game win streak, including convincing victories over Edmonton, 4-2, Tampa Bay, 2-1 overtime, and Florida, 4-1. Their defense has tightened up, allowing just 2.33 goals per game while the power play hums at 22.2%. Their penalty kill, operating at 92.3%, ranks among the league's best. In contrast, Buffalo's last 5 outings have been a roller coaster. Dominant wins over Florida, 3-0, and Ottawa, 8-4, were followed by frustrating losses to Montreal and Colorado. Their defense, surrendering 33.5 shots per game, continues to be a liability. Playing at home should help. The Sabres are 2-2-0 at KeyBank Center, but Detroit's road confidence, 1-0-0, and disciplined structure give them a clear advantage. Injuries could play a subtle yet significant role. Detroit will be without Patrick Kane, who's out until later this week with a minor issue, along with defenseman Shea Buium and rookie center Nate Danielson, both on injured reserve. The absence of Kane slightly reduces Detroit's secondary scoring depth, but Larkin's line has carried the offensive load effectively. Buffalo's injury list is longer and more concerning. Goaltender Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen, Beck Malenstein, Justin Danforth, and defenseman Jacob Bryson are all sidelined, weakening both the crease rotation and bottom 6 depth. Josh Norris remains out until late October, further straining Buffalo's forward combinations. In the standings, Detroit's 10 points tie them with Montreal for the division lead, while Buffalo sits 5th with just 4 points. The Red Wings have outscored opponents 20-14 through 6 games, a testament to their balance and defensive responsibility. For Buffalo, this matchup is critical to avoid an early season hole in a fiercely competitive Atlantic division. Falling to 2-5 could place them dangerously behind playoff pace, especially as teams like Toronto and Florida begin to heat up. The X factors heading into this clash lie in special teams, goaltending sharpness, and top-line execution. If Detroit's power play continues to convert at over 22% and Talbot maintains his elite form, the Red Wings should control the tempo. Conversely, Buffalo needs its young forwards, Benson, Peyton Krebs, and Jack Quinn, to attack with urgency and test Detroit's defense in transition. Lyon's performance will be decisive. He'll need to withstand early pressure and give Buffalo confidence to counterpunch. Prediction: Detroit's structure, superior goaltending, and top-line chemistry make them the more complete team right now. Expect Buffalo to show energy early on at home, but Detroit's depth and defensive discipline should prevail. Red Wings 4, Sabres 2. Detroit extends its win streak to 6, solidifying its grip atop the Atlantic, while Buffalo continues to search for answers in an uneven start. After analyzing both teams, my pick for this match is Detroit Red Wings winner. Drop your thoughts and predictions in the comments box. Montreal Canadiens versus Calgary Flames. The Montreal Canadiens head into Calgary on Wednesday night with confidence and momentum, while the Flames are desperate to stop the bleeding. The contrast couldn't be sharper. Montreal, sitting near the top of the Atlantic Division at 5-2-0, has found its offensive rhythm and defensive balance early in the season. Calgary, at 1-6-0, languishes at the bottom of the Pacific Division, searching for identity and consistency under mounting pressure. For the Canadiens, this matchup offers a chance to tighten their grip on a top divisional spot. For the Flames, it's about pride and breaking a spiraling losing streak on home ice at the Scotiabank Saddledome. Between the pipes, Montreal's tandem of Samuel Montembeault and Jakub Dobes has been quietly solid. Montembeault, 2-0-0 with a 3.26 goals against average and .857 save percentage, provides veteran steadiness, while Dobes has impressed in limited starts with a sparkling 1.64 GAA and .939 save percentage. Coach Martin St. Louis may lean on Montembeault's experience against a struggling Calgary offense, but Dobes' form makes the decision tempting. On the other end, Dustin Wolf shoulders the load for the Flames with a 1-5-0 record, 3.91 GAA, and .867 save percentage, numbers reflecting both defensive lapses and growing pains. Rookie netminder Devin Cooley, who owns a respectable 2.29 GAA and .925 save percentage in one start, may get the call to jolt Calgary's confidence. The goaltending edge clearly favors Montreal, whose defensive support and discipline in front of their goalies have been stronger. The Canadiens are driven by captain Nick Suzuki, who has posted 10 points, 1 goal, 9 assists, through 7 games, setting the pace with playmaking precision and leadership. Cole Caulfield remains their trigger man, racking up 5 goals and 18 shots, including a pair of game winners. Montreal's offense averages 3.57 goals per game and fires over 26 shots nightly, a testament to their balanced attack. Calgary's top contributor, Nazem Kadri, leads the team with 4 points, 0 goals, 4 assists, but is still searching for his scoring touch. Matt Coronado, the young winger, has provided flashes of hope with 2 goals and 1 power play tally. Yet Calgary's 1.57 goals per game underline their scoring struggles. The Flames' offense needs more from veterans like Jonathan Huberdeau and Andrew Mangiapane to break through against a stingy Montreal blue line. Montreal enters on a roll, winning 4 of their last 5, a stretch that includes resilient overtime victories against Seattle, 5-4 overtime, and Nashville, 3-2 overtime, and a convincing 4-2 win over Buffalo. Their lone stumble came in a 4-3 loss to the Rangers, but even then, their competitive structure held strong. The Canadiens' ability to close out tight games has become a defining trait. Calgary's recent form tells the opposite story. 5 straight losses, with offensive futility and defensive breakdowns becoming routine. They've been outscored 24-10 during that stretch, including lopsided defeats to Vegas, 6-1, 6-1, 4-2, and a 3-1 setback to Utah. Their power play, 14.8%, lacks rhythm, and defensive discipline is collapsing under pressure. 94 penalty minutes through 7 games highlight their frustration. Montreal's special teams, meanwhile, are respectable, converting at 17.4% and killing penalties at 73.7%. In the Atlantic Division, Montreal sits tied atop with Detroit at 10 points, asserting themselves early as a potential playoff contender. Their mix of youth and leadership is translating into consistency. Calgary, on the other hand, trails the Pacific Pac badly, with only 2 points in 7 games. Vegas and Vancouver are already pulling away, leaving the Flames in danger of losing playoff relevance before November. Unless they string together wins soon, Calgary's season may shift from competitive aspirations to developmental evaluation mode. Montreal's depth has been tested but remains resilient. Defenseman Caden Gula, IR, out until November 28th, and David Reinbacher, out until October 25th, weaken the blue line slightly, while Kirby Dack, out until November 28th, until October 23rd, and Patrick Lane, day-to-day, test their forward depth. Yet their next-man-up mentality has carried them. Calgary's injury list is shorter, but Martin Pospisil's IR stint out until October 22nd leaves them without an energy winger who could help stabilize their bottom 6 forecheck. 3 elements could decide this contest. First, goaltending. If Wolf rebounds or Cooley delivers a breakout start, Calgary might stay competitive. Second, Montreal's power play efficiency. If Suzuki and Caulfield find lanes, their man advantage could break the game open. Third, Calgary's discipline. Penalties have repeatedly killed momentum, and against a structured team like Montreal, every mistake can be fatal. Expect Montreal to exploit Calgary's fatigue and capitalize on transition play, while the Flames will hope for a fast start to ignite the home crowd. Given Montreal's balanced offense, sharper goaltending, and confident form, they enter as clear favorites. Analytics suggest a 65% win probability for the Canadiens, with expected scoring margins hovering around 4-2. Calgary's hunger and home desperation could keep it close early, but Montreal's pace and composure should ultimately prevail. Prediction: Canadiens 4, Flames 2. Montreal extends their winning ways. Beyond the numbers, this game highlights Montreal's growing identity, a team that can blend skill, structure, and mental toughness to control tempo and respond under pressure. The Flames may generate bursts of offense and test the Canadiens' defensive discipline, but Montreal's experience and depth should allow them to absorb early surges and capitalize on mistakes. Fans can expect a mix of speed, precision, and strategic execution. Making this more than just a win, it's a statement that Montreal is ready to assert dominance in their division and build momentum for the stretch ahead. After analyzing both teams, my pick for this match is Montreal Canadiens winner. Drop your thoughts and predictions in the comments box.